Thanks for logging on to Wayne.com for another edition of Inside the Zone. Blake Sebring joining us as always. And Blake, a pretty solid week as we head to the playoffs this week for the Komets. So what did you see last week that says, okay, the Komets are now ready to make a serious run for a third straight Turner Cup?
I saw a lot better team defense. I mean, you saw all five guys coming back. They really held down opponents, scoring chances, and really did a great job in the neutral zone, which is what they're going to have to do against Port Huron.
All right, they get a win. They get a shootout win, a shootout loss at Quad City, which was kind of surprising, seeing as how they dominated early on, especially in the first period in that game. But as we head into the playoffs, just talk about the matchup that they're going to be seeing this week and next week in the first round. A pretty darn good Port Huron team.
Well, it's not like these teams don't know each other extremely well. There's not going to be any surprises. I still think one of the big X factors in this series, I'll give you two of them. Nick Boucher playing in Port Huron, where he's amazing. He's 12-2 in his career as a Comet. And I think David Huckalo, this series sets up perfectly for him. That smaller ice surface in Port Huron is where he can create havoc in the neutral zone and just be like a one-man safety back there and take a game over.
And we talked about it last year in the playoffs where not everybody has the same size ice as the Komets do. How do you approach that? I know they're used to playing these teams in the regular season. They played 11 times so far this year, half of them up there. But does that change your mentality at all?
Yeah, it does a little bit. If you're a defenseman, you got to get rid of the puck that much quicker. I mean, in Fort Wayne, you've got a little bit of extra time. There's a little bit more room. If you make a mistake, your passes don't have to be as precise. You can, just get rid of it. Up there, you just get rid of it, and it might lead to a turnover because there's a lot less room, and then the guy's right on top of you as a forechecker. The really interesting thing to me is one reason I think Huckalo can be a real big key in this series is it's going to be neutral zone in. It's not, usually a playoff series is determined one far end or one the other with the goaltending. I really see this one as being a neutral zone series. Who controls the neutral zone and the forecheck to keep the puck in the other team's end to create the pressure, because the defense, especially up there, you just don't have much time, and the more pressure you can keep on them, the better off you are.
That said, this year's series, 6-5 in favor of the Komets. I know they're not going in overconfident, but they have to be a little bit confident considering how they've played really in the home stretch this year.
Well, the thing of it is the Komets feel really confident against Larry Sterling, and they know they've got Nick, and Nick is just like a gold bar and you're held back because he's so good up there. They have so much confidence. It just relaxes everybody when they play up there. It doesn't seem to matter up there if he faces 40 shots or 20 shots. He's good. He's into the game. And, when he's 12-2 in Port Huron, and these have not been bad teams up there. These are really good teams that he's played against, too, and done well. So that really gives them a lot of confidence going in.
One of the things I think that scared Komets fans of this past weekend is Nick's situation with the shoulder. I know you've got an update with that. What can we expect through him physically throughout the playoffs, or especially here in this first week? Because I know they've added Tyler Sims as an emergency goalie.
Well, Tyler can't play unless Nick and Tim Hahn both get hurt, which is, not a bad third goalie. You got a kid who's played the last half season in the AHL. That's pretty good. Nick is going to be okay. He's a little sore, a little tender. He got his arm pinned against the post yesterday when he was early in the game, and that's why he came out. He was really hot in the first period, too. He made a couple of really nice saves early. And he was okay today. He's expected to practice tomorrow. I don't expect Nick to start in game one. I think they'll go with Tim Hahn. I think what they'll do is they'll play Tim at home, and they'll play Nick on the road. I think that's my educated guess. Nobody has said anything. They're not going to say anything. But that's what I would do if I was them, especially with Nick doing so well in Port Huron.
As far as Hahn goes, obviously he was named the IHL's goaltender of the year this past year and missed a decent chunk of time down the home stretch. Where is he heading into the playoffs?
Oh, he looked great. I mean, he was so sharp. I talked with Tim quite a bit yesterday, and he was talking about how he used the time off to mentally focus and make sure he was ready to go, and there didn't seem to be any rust on him at all Friday night or Saturday night. He looked very, very sharp, and he looked really sharp again yesterday coming in to replace Nick.
Talking about the way the series sets up, Thursday we're at Fort Wayne. As we mentioned before, the 1-1-1-1-1 So there's really not a lot
favorite time of year.
There's really not a lot of continuity. You're going to be putting some miles on the car. Thursday at Fort Wayne, Saturday at Port Huron, Sunday at Fort Wayne, and Wednesday at Port Huron. Hopefully that's all we have to talk about because those would be
I don't
the
think
first
that's
four
going to
games. But just talk a little bit about, is there any real advantage to either team having the series like this, broken up like this, where you're not playing continually like on a small ice surface in back-to-back games?
Well, I mean, I think Nick has that advantage. I really do. He just relaxes everybody, and they're so confident in him. Even they just know that they feel like the pressure's already on Port Huron, that this is more of a home ice advantage than normal because they've got Nick, who is like their own little home ice advantage up there. So there's a lot of pressure on Port Huron, and even if the Komets lose one at home, they're still very confident in the series because they've got Nick going.
We were mentioning the roster spots with Tyler Sims and everything. What's Shaffy's situation? Because he is in kind of a unique situation. They're basically retaining his rights for next year. The guy's 42, and Kazakhstan was supposed to be his final lap. But they're still hanging on to him.
Well, think about this. Shaffy told me he's going to retire after this year. But wouldn't he be like the perfect guy to bring in an emergency situation next year if they're down 2-3 forwards? Bring him in for a weekend. I mean, he's never out of shape. He still weighs the same as he did 15 years ago, unlike some of us.
I don't know. Why are you looking at me when you're saying that? Why is it like me? Why are you cutting eyes at me?
Well, believe me, never mind. The camera. Just remember, everybody. The camera adds 10 pounds, and there's 5 of them on me right now. Okay?
I was going to say, they had them right here in the neck.
Right
here.
And it's a lot less up here, too, because of it. But wouldn't he be like the perfect guy to bring back? He knows the system. He knows Coach Sims. He knows everybody. I mean, he doesn't get too far out of shape. I think that might be why they're keeping his spot open in case, he changes his mind. He still scored 20 goals again. But he will not be back for the playoffs. He's not on the playoff roster. He's on the non-roster spot so they can protect his rights for next year.
And when you take a look at the playoffs, just in general, obviously it was a dogfight for that 4th spot. But do you see any chance that Muskegon doesn't move on past Flint?
Sure. There's a chance, yeah. Who was the hottest team in the league the last 20 games? The Komets, 15-3-5. Who was the second hottest team? It was Flint. They won 14 out of 20 coming down the stretch to get that last playoff spot, and they beat up on Muskegon most of the year too. I mean, they had the most wins against Muskegon of anybody in the league this year. And the way Rob Nolan played on Sunday, I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible with a hot goalie, and he was spectacular. The one goalie let in on Guy was a fluke, but there was nothing he could have done on Collins' chance. But he was amazing in that game.
Final question I want to get to before we start talking about the Komets postseason awards, because I want to pick your brain on that. Thursday, we always talk about how midweek games or the first game of a 3-game week is critical. What are you looking for on Thursday from this Komets team?
Well, I want to see him come out flying right away, period, because they are very, very confident against Larry Sterling. The fans will be all riled up on Larry. They cannot let Larry get off to a hot start, period. They just can't. If they do that, then the series could be a long one. And Larry's a very good goalie. I didn't realize this until yesterday, but Coach Sims actually had Larry his rookie season in Fort Worth in the Central Hockey League when they were down there. So the Komets, they need to keep the pressure on right away. They could really use some power play goals too. They have really struggled there. And here's another key too. They have got to be more disciplined than they have been. They cannot give up 9 more power play goals or power play chances to Port Huron during the season than the Komets had. Port Huron's got the best power play right now. They cannot afford to take undisciplined penalties at center ice or in the offensive zone. They got to be careful. They have to be more disciplined, which they really haven't shown that much this year.